Hi, I'm Brandon, and today I'm doing a commentary on this guy here. Goes by the name of Owen. He is a police officer who was caught with some bad stuff on his electronic devices, and now he's being questioned by the police about it. So let's go.
So obviously you're much younger than I am.
And I should let you know I'm going to be pausing and stopping this video a lot to talk about it. So if you want to watch this without my commentary, it's on a bunch of other YouTube channels, so you can do that. But if you want to hear my commentary, let's continue.
So people your age probably have a lot more social media accounts than I may have. So
And yeah, this cop pointed out this guy looks very young. He looks like a very young police officer. Why would you throw your this entire career and your life away over something like this? Like that's just bad.
what I've heard of people
Like how we have some nice product placement here from the wonderful purified drinking water people.
having like about like a Reddit account. If you have a Reddit account,
I might. It would probably be. I know I've been on it.
okay, you've been on Reddit.
Yeah, I don't know if I've made an account or whatnot.
Sure.
I don't know what the username would be.
Okay,
That I apologize.
and I'm just throwing stuff out there so that when we look at your phone, we like
Yeah.
kind of confirm
No.
what you're
Does he think he can get away with this with an apology?
telling us here, so we know what we're looking for.
Right.
So other popular apps might be like Discord.
I don't think so. I might have had it installed for like a day or two.
Would that be on your new phone?
No.
For a day or two, just long enough to download a bunch of inappropriate stuff or exchange it? What do you mean?
It would have been installed on that phone, but it wouldn't be.
You haven't used it at all.
No.
Okay.
No, like Discord, I think, or like Reddit. Like do a Google search for
I
something.
guess I should bring up that we keep hearing the same apps mentioned in a lot of these interrogations. Telegram, Discord, Kick. I don't use those, so I don't know exactly how they work, but it seems like there's a lot of this illegal stuff going on those apps. And I know even Chris Hansen has been kind of talking a lot about holding them responsible to monitor their apps better. Like I don't know, I'm not a tech guy, so I don't know. Like I'm sure it's kind of difficult, but it's also their job. They can't just be allowing people on their platform to be engaging and sharing this kind of stuff. So I don't know what they're doing about it, but it just seems like we keep hearing about these apps all the time, and maybe they need to do more to combat this really horrible problem in our society.
Then Reddit does reviews, so it would be on there.
Okay. Trying to think of some of this Telegram.
Yeah,
Do you have a Telegram account?
yeah.
Tell me about that.
I don't know the username. I think it's under my email or phone number.
Okay.
Yeah,
And what do you use that account for?
probably stuff I shouldn't.
Okay.
Like, why do they say incriminating things like that? Like, he's a police officer. He's being interrogated. He knows what he did. Like, just ask for a lawyer. It's funny because every one of these interrogations, you read the comments, and probably like 80% of them are just people saying that these guys should just ask for a lawyer. That's your best bet. Doesn't mean you're going to get off on the charges immediately, but it's your best chance. Even just saying these little things like that when they ask, what do you use Telegram for? And he says, probably stuff I shouldn't be. You think cops aren't going to jump all over that and like ask further questions? That is it just makes you look very guilty. You don't have to say anything. It's your legal right to not say anything. So just don't say anything. I mean, I'm glad they do because it helps them go to prison, which they deserve, and it gives me entertainment to talk about. But still, like if anyone's in this situation, like just saying these, even just saying little things. It says anything you say can and will be used against you. So even just saying something like that kind of makes you sound guilty.
I just honestly here, it's used to keep pictures of females that are not my girlfriend.
Okay.
That's an interesting way to talk about women. Females that are not my girlfriend.
I saw the ICAC thing on your phone there, so I assume it's in relation to that.
Yeah, and I can fill you in on that, since you brought it up.
Yes.
So, it has to do with electronics and phones and internet activity.
It has a really big watch.
Okay, I think we both know, what some of this is about, but it has to do with your online activity. Okay, so we're trying to get to the bottom of it, just to make sure we're on the same page. If you have some type of explanation or reasoning or rationale about it, like some of my concerns is the reason that we get involved in this is.
And that's the thing. I don't think there is any reason or any good reason to have that kind of stuff on your devices. I guess the only possible defense would be that it's like it's a shared thing. It's not yours. But that's the thing. Like, this isn't the 90s where like families would have like a shared computer. This is like people have their own phone now, especially when you're an adult. Like, I don't think even couples don't share a phone or anything. Like, they might share the TV or something, but if you have a group of roommates, it's not like they all use one tablet or something. So I don't think anyone's stupid enough to download stuff like that onto a publicly used device. So really, there's no, and I mean, I'm sure these people try to say, oh, it's like someone else used my account and put it on there like that, but that's just not gonna, that's like someone else put the drugs in my glove box. Like, no, there's just really no excuse for this.
Like, make sure that these things, there's not production cases, sextortion,
Right.
Essentially exploiting kids, things like that.
Yeah.
Okay? If there's like things that are on your phone that just merely just images or videos, that's one thing. But my major focus here is, one of my main concerns is that this isn't being produced somewhere. You have access to kids, selling stuff.
No.
Oh, so they're using that trick where they pretend that they're really concerned that you're doing something far worse than you're doing, so that you'll admit to the seemingly less worse crime, which is still a very horrible crime. They do that sometimes in the new takedowns with Chris Hansen, where they'll be like, "Oh, we're interested in finding this guy who's been like murdering people or something really horrible," and the guy will be like, "No, I didn't do that. I was just coming to meet them. I wasn't going to do anything that bad." But it turns out they're actually admitting to doing something that's maybe not quite as horrible, but still horrible. So it's just another police tactic that we're more concerned that you're not doing this stuff to real kids. No. I'm just looking at it, that kind of thing. And these guys are just dumb enough to fall for it. Even the police officers. Like, I don't get it. I think it's the reason that we all talk about how they should just ask for a lawyer, because it's so rare that they do. And even like police officers, even other lawyers will get questioned, and they still just yap away and give incriminating evidence. It's just mind-boggling that the law is literally that they have to tell you your rights at the very beginning and make sure you understand. And the guys are like, "Yes, I understand," and then they just say a whole bunch of incriminating stuff. It's like mind-boggling.
Victimized,
No.
things like that. Okay. So with that being said, I think we're on the same page, and we can fill in some of the details on how we got to this point. But if there's stuff that's on your phone that, like you just acknowledged, that probably you shouldn't have, let's just get that out of the way, and then we'll slowly just
if you could just confess immediately, it would just really help us
chip away at how we got to this point here.
Yeah, there's nothing inherently I know that is like I guess child.
Okay.
Right? Like, if I hate this as being recorded and probably open records for...
Oh, don't worry about it. This won't get out publicly. It won't wind up on YouTube or anything. Speak freely.
Girlfriend to look at or that.
We're just trying to get to the bottom of this.
Your girlfriend to look at? Buddy, millions of people are going to be watching this.
Questions here and kind of fill in some of these gaps.
Like, I know it's...
I'm not going to be telling your girlfriend about any of this stuff, so that's going to be...
In an era where true crime is like one of the most popular genres out there, and when pretty much everything winds up on YouTube, it's not a good time to do crimes. Yeah, the time for crimes, that was back in like pre-80s, where you could just do stuff and maybe wind up in the newspaper, but people will quickly forget. Now they're not going to forget.
A conversation that you may have with her at some point.
Yeah.
But you understand what some of the concerns are when we deal with kids.
I understand.
And with ICAP, Internet Crimes Against Children, for me, that's one of my major concerns.
Yeah.
But but we come across other
I
instances as
agree.
well. We want to make sure that kids like
Yeah.
locally aren't being victimized,
Right.
sextorted.
Shut up. Stop interrupting them. I hate that when you're talking to someone, they're just like, yeah, okay, yeah, right, yeah, okay. It's so annoying and rude.
Exploited, things like
Yeah.
that. But I don't think we're dealing with that type of situation here.
No.
It might just be, it sounds like it might just be, you might look at some stuff, review some stuff, share some stuff.
So
Stuff that you can still get many, many years in prison for, sometimes decades.
like,
That one guy, the guy from, I think he was from Jordan or something on Takedown. He didn't even like hurt anyone for real. He just got caught in the sting, like the Chris Hansen sting. Like they all are like attempting to do it, but he got caught. But they found stuff on his devices in Florida. He fought it in court, and he got sentenced to life without parole. So obviously, like every state, every jurisdiction, every country has different rules and different severities of punishment for this kind of thing. But even just possessing this stuff and looking at it is not only like morally reprehensible and just one of the worst things you could do, but it is taken very, very seriously. Like you could wind up like in prison for so freaking long, especially a guy this young. This isn't like a 70-year-old who's lived his best days. This is a guy who's just starting in his life, like, and he's gonna wind up in prison for like a long time. This is serious, as it should be.
I don't want to make a good face here, but like the kids and whatnot, I don't like. That's a concern for me too.
Okay.
So
It's a current concern for him, yet he continues to do it.
I'm sure you guys are well aware of kind of what's been going on. So
Well,
there's
I haven't been making any assumptions here, and I'm not here to judge anything. So like,
2 lies in a row. He's made a whole bunch of assumptions. He's already assumed that this guy's probably what exactly this guy's done because they've dealt with this before. And he's absolutely there to judge, not as like an official judge under the law, but we're all judging people to do this kind of thing. It's impossible not to.
this is the first time I met you.
yeah.
The only thing that I think Lucas knows is just what we've been provided by some of these social media companies. So it's our job to follow up and try to get to the bottom of this and make
Right.
sure that this stops and that this hasn't been.
What was that gesture? These guys always try to insinuate that like, now that I'm caught, I'll delete all of this. I won't ever do this again. I was just watching a police body cam video yesterday on YouTube. I can't remember, Law and Crime Network or something, but some guy took his computer in to be fixed at a shop, and the people found a whole bunch of illegal stuff on his computer, called the cops, and this old man that got busted, he's like, can't you just like follow me home and watch me delete all the videos? And it's like, what, are you insane? But this guy just smiles and makes that motion with his hand, like kind of like, don't worry, this is the last time I will ever do this. It's like, well, I think you've gone beyond that point because you can't be trusted, and if we let them off the hook, they're going to be back at it very, very soon. So yeah, you can't just promise not to do it again. You're beyond that point.
Escalated to like the next level here.
No.
So when you refer to like what's, I'm sure you know what's going on. What is that referring to?
So like it's a website called Mega.
Okay.
And they have links that people have created on there.
Mm-hmm.
And on those links, there's different like pornographic videos and pictures and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know there's links out there that are of underage people.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna lie, like when you get sent the link, I'm probably gonna get myself in a load of crap here.
Yeah, kinda.
But when you get the link, it doesn't say what's on it. So if you search it, you don't know what's gonna be next.
Okay.
So like when I
Yeah, we've heard this excuse before from other guys that they were just sent like this like big folder of stuff and they didn't know what was in it, and some of it was illegal, but they didn't specifically go looking for that. And I got to call bullshit on that. Like someone that knows more about this kind of thing, let me know. But I don't think that really happens. I think that you kind of have to be looking for things like that to find it. I don't think people are just out there sharing this illegal stuff with just like absolutely everyone. Like I don't think that's true. I think they kind of have to make sure people are looking for it because they're trying to avoid detection, obviously. And if you just send it to everyone, people are going to report you. So I don't see how you could just either accidentally, or I was just looking for adult normal stuff, and but there was other stuff mixed in, and I think you kind of have to be at the point where you're looking for that kind of stuff. Not to mention, can't you just go on like just normal like Pornhub, like normal like adult websites to find this stuff? Why are you on some weird thing where you're just downloading random links from people with just like a whole bunch of stuff, and then there's illegal things in there? And even if that happened one time and you saw there like in your big folder you downloaded, wouldn't you just be like, oh my god, like I'm never coming here again? The fact that he just kept going back and downloading more stuff, and it got to the point where the police, it came on police radar, and they, I have a feeling he's kind of minimizing it, and he was actually out there looking for that kind of thing. But if you know more about how this works, like let me know, because maybe that's a thing where you just download no legal stuff and there's bad stuff mixed in. I don't know, but I don't think that's the case.
Do that, if I would go to search it and then see like the underage, like close out of it and move on. I don't report it. I don't do anything. I probably should.
Okay.
But I don't report it or anything.
Okay.
You don't report it or anything? Yeah, of course, because you want to look at it. You don't want people to know you're looking at it. Of course you don't report it.
I just close out of it and don't go back in.
Okay.
Because I know we're on.
And it's kind of horrible. I hate to even say it, but someone in the comments the other day on another video mentioned apparently in this world, or the the predator catching world or whatever you call it, it's called beat it and delete it or something like that, where they don't actually like save this material. They just use it for their purposes, and as soon as it's done, they just delete it. So they think there's no trace of it. So they're not actually like keeping this kind of stuff, but they are viewing it and temporarily downloading it and using it, which is still horrible. The fact that there's a term for that is just gross.
Kind of different wavelengths here, but the kids and stuff is a concern of mine too. It's not something I like. Like I don't like seeing kids like that.
Sure.
So I try to keep everything like at a legal.
And again, what does he mean he tries to? I try to keep everything legal. This isn't the kind of thing that you try to do. There's no wiggle room here. If you're almost doing it, no. How could you ever in any way mess this up a little bit? And I'm only a little bit into the illegal stuff. No. Good God.
Okay.
Legal age.
Sure. So I'm a little familiar with Mega, and I'm familiar with what you're referencing, the links. So you receive links or you search links on Mega, you click on them. And what type of content are you looking for when you're searching for these links?
It's probably gonna sound messed up, but like, I guess when I'm looking for something, it's stuff that's not like easily accessible, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, like horribly illegal stuff that's not easily accessible.
Like not your normal Google search on whatever website.
Okay. So what would be an example like of a search term that you type in?
So I guess I don't type it in, but like, I don't know. I guess it's probably weird, but nothing you guys haven't heard. It's like out in public, like at a beach or something.
Okay.
Like something like that.
Okay, I couldn't say. There has to be normal websites where is he just talking about like he's into like women at nude beaches and stuff? There's got to be no normal websites that have that kind of stuff, right? Like that can't be something where you have to go digging around the bowels of the internet trying to find this obscure material and somehow getting a bunch of illegal CP type stuff downloaded at the same time because it's so hard to find this. I think there's probably just tons of websites that have that on there already. I don't know, but I think he's not telling the truth.
I guess.
Okay.
I get, like the links will have like that on it.
Okay. They'll have what on it?
Like the people on a beach having intercourse.
We're talking about porn here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess with that, like if say I'm looking for that, and then this link is there, and then you go to hit search, excuse me, and then like it might be a underage video. So then if I would see that, I would click out and
Okay.
just kind of not pay any attention to it.
When you talk about
Yeah, I think he was paying big attention to it. I actually think that was his main, what he was mainly searching for. The thing is, by the time that the police pick up on you and actually like arrest you, it's not because you accidentally saw it one time, and even that I don't think is a really common thing. But it's not you just saw it a little bit and that was it. It's because you've been seeking it out and engaged probably in sharing it and stuff. We find all these guys that get interrogated, the more questions the police ask, we find out that more and more and more that these guys were involved with it. I don't know what's going to happen here, but they're probably just going to dig more information out of it and find out that this problem is actually bigger than him looking for nude beach videos or something and happening to see the odd illegal video that he clicked out of. Yeah, I don't believe it.
underage videos, so we're on the same page, so I'm hearing you correctly here. You're talking about maybe a child that's engaged in a sex act or that's without their clothes on, sexually provocative position.
Yeah, it's not intentional.
Sure. So you've seen some
Sure.
of those on those links?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay. When's the last time you've seen something like that in those links?
Oh, I don't know, it's been quite some time. I haven't really been using,
Like within the last week or two?
probably within two
Within 2 weeks?
or so, yeah.
And are you using your phone?
Yeah.
How many images or videos is your phone going to show that you accessed since, let's say, Christmas? Oh, probably content similar to that.
Yeah.
See, the fact that you said since Christmas, they've kind of nailed down. See, they've already like done a gotten a search warrant for his phone, so that they know the answers before they're asking them, and they can really pinpoint the timeline for it. We've seen this before.
I don't know exactly what it all shows,
Okay.
like for access wise. I mean, I've clicked on.
When you're clicking on stuff on your phone, okay, it's going to make a record, right? And I'm just trying to get a ballpark here idea of how much content you're involved with here. So let's say I'm just using the benchmark as Christmas or the first of the year. Let's say the first of the year. So it's about 3 months. And your phone's going to have a record, and I'm looking to just for your honesty in here of how much time we have to dedicate to this, right? There's a record of the links and the videos that you're accessing or that you're viewing. Okay?
I guess.
Is this going to show? You tell me.
So if you have to think about it, it's already way too many. If his story's true and he saw this illegal stuff by accident, like why not just stop? I would just never go to that app again. Like why would he? He's also a police officer. Like it's his duty to like report it, to try to help stop this. Instead, he just keeps going back over and over.
Ballpark, maybe like 30 or so links being clicked on.
30 links?
Like,
Would that be mega links?
Yeah.
Okay.
Since then, it's probably a rough ballpark guess. I mean, sometimes it's one, sometimes it's looking for others.
Okay. So sometimes this link might have one image, right? Or it might have as many as how many?
I don't know, like 300.
Okay. And 300 images of children?
Not that I know of.
Okay. So let's just
So I guess
narrow down here. About 30 links. And some of the links that you said
they
you
might.
clicked on may contain children.
I like it when the cops start to get specific, because the guys will try to just like be everything. Oh, I just did that a few times, or they'll be like, "How many? Like exactly how many? Exactly what did you see? What?" And it doesn't. It just kind of it forces them to like admit to something, because they can't just like use soft language, downplay everything. It's like that one with that autistic counselor guy, the guy that got the 91 years in prison that I did the commentary on, and that cop near the end was just like Like, exactly what did you ask them to do? Like, tell me. And there's no wiggle room there. So this cop's like, how many times did you do this? How many links did you download? How many pictures were illegal? It's yeah, I like that kind of specificity.
They might, but not.
But not all of them are.
Right.
So since the first of the year, how many images or videos of children without their clothes on have you seen since the first of the year? Just ballpark.
Yes,
More than 10?
probably.
More than 20?
Let's see, 20 or so.
20 or so?
Yeah.
What's the last image that you remember? What's one of those images show up or videos show?
I don't. I guess, like I said, I haven't really clicked into them and watched a lot, but I guess there was one I've seen before where it's a girl and she's using a dildo.
Okay. Is it a video?
Yeah.
How long is the video about?
I'm not sure.
And does the girl have her clothes on, clothes off, or something different? Clothes off. And does it look to be like, what's the setting there? In a bedroom, a bathroom?
Bathroom.
In a bathroom. So a girl's got a video. And how old do you think the girl is?
And I thought she was 18 or so.
No, you don't. Why would you bring this up? You know what they're asking you. If you thought she was 18, that's not an illegal video. That stuff's all over the internet. That's not what they're asking about. You did not think she was 18 or so.
Okay. We're just talking about images or videos of kids under the age of 18.
That one, she's probably close to, like.
Is he trying to? He's trying to phrase it in the best way possible. That instead of saying that she's underage, well, she's close to 18. That doesn't count. He can't be close.
I guess I've seen like that one. On the link, it shows like when you click into it after you search it, and it shows all the videos. It has like a still image of what's in it.
Okay. All right.
And that one stands out because I've seen it in more than one different link before. She's probably like 16, 17, I would say.
Okay. All right. Well, let's work.
So he's at the point where he's like seeing these same illegal videos multiple times in multiple folders, these mega links that he's downloading. Is that what he's trying to say? So he's actually like seeing this illegal stuff, recognizing the thumbnail from it from other downloads. It doesn't sound like the words of a guy who's just like saw a few things accidentally but wasn't looking for it.
Back the other way then. So give me an idea of like some of these links that have images or videos. Let's say since the first of the year, how many children, or I should say, how many infants do you think have been in some of these images or videos?
Not many. Like I try to click out once I see.
Again, I try to. If you're being accused of something like this and you were absolutely innocent, you would be adamant about it. You'd be like, no, I never did that. How many images did you see? None. Never. You wouldn't be like, well, I try not to click on those kind of things. I usually try not to rob a bank. I try not to shoot anyone. Like, no. that is, if he's saying that he's trying not to do it, it means he's absolutely setting out to do it. We've seen enough of these guys to know they're lying.
Not many being less than?
Probably less than like 10 or so.
Less than 10?
15, yeah.
Okay. Let's go a little bit up above that. How about like after infant would be like toddlers, in that 2 to 6 year old range?
Yeah, I guess same kind of thing.
It's less than 10?
Yeah.
Like, good God.
So just right away click out.
And with those?
And he's just like, yeah, so he's viewing this kind of stuff repeatedly, and he's saying that he just clicks out. He just finished saying that the files had like a still that showed an image from what's inside of it. So we should be able to tell what the video is just by looking at the actual video file. So the fact that he clicks out of it means that he had to click on it, which means he saw what was in there, clicked on it, watched it for a bit or the whole thing and then clicked out. And this happened repeatedly, and he's trying to pretend like he's trying not to look at that kind of stuff. Maybe I'm misunderstanding how this kind of thing works, but I don't believe his story. I think he was purposely looking at that stuff.
The videos as well.
Yeah.
I mean, usually, is it boys, girls, both?
Both.
Involved in some.
And the thing is, okay, say you got one of these folders and you were looking for the, the adult, normal, completely legal stuff, but mixed in was a whole bunch of horrific illegal stuff that you really didn't want to see. The first time you saw one, wouldn't you just delete the whole folder? Why would you click on every single thing to check it out, knowing that some of them are going to be this bad stuff? Wouldn't that just horrify a normal person? Wouldn't that just traumatize them, even seeing a bit of that, to just never go on that app again? Like, the fact that he just keeps going back and doing this to the point where he gets on the police radar and gets arrested for it. I think he's hiding how far into this he was.
Some type of sex act. Yeah. Okay. So we got infants, we got toddlers, and then that age group, let's say above 7 or 8, like the little, like the prepubescent, I might call it, like just before they hit puberty, within the last, since the first of the year. How many of those videos have you seen?
I guess, what do you mean by seen? Like,
Or that you've watched?
What do you mean by seen? What do you mean? What do we mean? Did you see it?
Sure that I've
That regardless of how you access them or seen them, whether it's through Kik, Telegram, or a Mega Link.
Do you mean like that I clicked in and watched, or just saw like the still shot scrolling through for it?
Let's say that you clicked in and watched.
Clicked in for that age, I don't think any.
Okay. But you have clicked in and watched infants and toddlers?
No.
You've seen them.
Just seen them, yeah.
Okay.
And like, why are you looking at stuff where that kind of stuff is just like mixed in with it? I don't get how people could dabble in this a little bit. If you're just looking at stuff and there's that kind of stuff mixed in, like, good God, like wouldn't just normal people report that, especially as a police officer? Like, police. You contact your buddies from work and be like, holy shit, I just found this. Like, or at the very least, just delete it, never go back there again. You don't keep downloading things and sifting through a whole bunch of illegal things to find the stuff you want, which is legal. That's not that. I don't know. I don't fully understand how this all works, and I don't necessarily want to. I definitely don't want to, but I just have a feeling that the police already know more, that what they're probably going to get into, but this guy's been actively looking for it.
Yeah, and then once I see that, I click out.
All right.
You ever put anything onto like a thumb drive or any other storage device?
No.
Nothing like that?
Okay, so my partner is calling over to one of my other partners who has her phone, and we can try to work on accessing the Telegram account, accessing the Kik account, and things like that. Okay? You good with going through some of this stuff?
Sure.
I mean,
I doubt he's good with it, but he doesn't have a choice. I guess he does have a choice. He could just say no. Call a lawyer.
this just breaks it down by individual user who you're having chat conversations with.
Yeah, I know none of these people.
Okay. But this goes back to Kik here. And instead of in the group setting.
Yeah, so the police have the exact things you said talking to people. So you can claim like, oh, I just found these things by accident. But they have a record of you, and this record, we'll see, just might show you requesting specific things.
Setting on one big mess, this kind of breaks it down.
Okay.
You ask, what do you got? This person says, I got CP link, rape link, and so many types of links.
God damn it. That is horrible.
What do you want? So, hey, you're like, prefer to trade. Why? I got good stuff at a cheap price. Just don't want to spend money on it for not to work. And you talk about it's actually working, that you've been burned before. If you send for free, this person said, or
In that conversation that you're up there, unless you can see it or not, in that conversation is when when you send the video of the solo girl.
Okay. This one starts out with board fund 1_CBR. You trade vids, yeah. You say.
So judging from this, he wasn't just downloading, what he thought was normal legal stuff and finding the occasional, bad illegal video. He was purposely trading illegal stuff.
Send it, then I send. You say send a bunch, then I'll send a bunch. That person says, your turn to send first. You say, I don't send one for one, it takes too much time. You're going to send or no. If I send, you send more.
And again, back to these apps. Like, I know, privacy is an important thing, but it shouldn't be more important than protecting young people and getting guys like this off the internet and off the streets and into prison cells. They have to be able to monitor for this kind of thing, that the second anyone does this, they're banned from the app. Police are notified. If you could just eradicate this whole problem, if you just got rid of everyone sharing this kind of stuff on the app. I don't know exactly how it works, like why they can't do that, but or maybe they can, but like what? It's just like why is this such a big problem in society? It just seems if you just be able to catch them all doing this on the internet like they do. Once in a while we catch these guys, but it's like, I don't know. It seems like it's not enough because it just keeps happening.
They say, you have any gay CP though? What does that mean?
Yeah. What is that?
And you say, yeah, if you send me more videos.
Right, but I was lying to him then. I didn't have any, just wanted him to send me one.
Okay.
Yeah, you were lying to him, but why were you even engaged in this conversation? Like, how could you just let that kind of darkness into your life? Like, what the hell? Like, that is just so beyond horrific that people just actively seek out this kind of thing and then they just like share it around and spread it further and meet other like-minded people and just make this problem worse, and then they get caught and they try to minimize it. Like, holy shit, this these guys need to go to prison.
Do you recall that specific conversation, or are you just saying in general?
No, that's normally how it goes.
They say, send me a video first. You say, send more than one at a time now. Which implies that you were sent videos.
I guess I don't recall.
Because you say, yeah, if you send more videos. Like, my interpretation is that you received some videos and now you want more.
Yeah, like I don't recall.
I'm just asking for clarification.
Yeah, I'm not sure in that one specific.
But what I want to get specifics about is, then send more than one at a time now. That's what you say. He says, or she, whoever it is you're talking to, says, got any boys? And you say, send in more, girl.
So judging just from that conversation, this wasn't him just seeing the odd picture in a folder. This was him actively sending and receiving multiple videos and asking for more at a time.
Yeah, I guess I'm not exactly like.
Which, sitting on this side of it, it looks like you have links and you're sending girl. He's asking for boy and you're sending girl. Is that a fair?
Yeah, it seems like you're discussing this with other perverts and sharing material in some kind of a ring.
Interpretation?
So looking at that side of it, yeah.
Okay.
I guess from the flip side of it, like, I guess I'm not sure if anything was sent here in this one or not.
Right.
And this isn't the kind of thing you can do one time, or as long as you do it rarely. These guys always say that kind of thing. We've seen in other interrogations where they're like, "Oh, I haven't been on that particular app since March." Or, that was like, it's been months since I've been on there. Well, if you are on there and did it one time, you can't just stop for a little bit, or as long as you do it once every 6 months or a year. There's no amount of time this is okay, and there's no amount of volume it's okay, no matter what all the other perverts are doing. I even saw, I think it was that guy from the show Glee that got caught doing this kind of thing, and he ended up ending his own life over it. But when he got, I think it was him, I could be wrong though, but it was like some kind of documentary on YouTube and they were talking to his lawyer, and he got caught with something like 30,000 or 50,000 images and videos. Like, it was something crazy. And his lawyer was like, actually, like, that's not that many. It's like compared to like a lot of the guys they catch. It's like, that is like, you can't imagine that kind of mindset where you're like, well, 30,000 videos, that's not that bad because, you know, we've seen way more than. No, like, one is hugely wrong and illegal. How could you have any? They just try to downplay what, you know. Well, I'm not as big of a perv as some of the other guys out there. Like, there's like an escalating scale. You know, there's a big slope of how much you do this kind of thing. Like, who cares? Like, you can't do this even once.
I know there's times when I've claimed to have something and I didn't. I'm trying to get something.
Okay. Talking about some exchanging links. This person says, I only do links in specific. And then you say, and send links, and I'll send some links back.
Yeah, I bet he wasn't expecting to have the police read out his chats with these people word for word. And he's not denying that this is him. So this is very, very incriminating.
This person, ridden 091_2KR. Are you interested in buying Hot Girl CP and Megalink 600 gigabyte and Boylink 350 gigabyte 4-year-old _ 19-year-old? What age do you prefer?
Oh.
You say preview. They say, are you interested? You say, how do I know it plays? He says, trust me, it plays. I'm not here to fool or hurt anyone. I give you what
I'm not here to hurt anyone? What?
your money's worth. The link is just $20. Can you afford it? You say too much money. My cheapest link is 10 and it has 200 videos in it. Okay.
Like, good God.
Like, engage in that conversation, like, after they say.
After they say the age of
Yeah, I mean, it's very clear here.
Like, I almost wish I could just be naive and live in a world where I just didn't even know this kind of thing existed. It would just, like, be such a much more pleasant existence just to not have to know this kind of stuff happens. And I know, like, police, like, they're doing all they can to combat this, but I don't know if they just don't have the resources, they don't have the budget, or it's just like the more they catch it, these guys, the more it happens. So I don't know how to solve the problem, but yeah, it must have to, at least a big part of it, just happen on the internet level instead of just allowing everyone to run free like the Wild West and do all this kind of stuff and then try to catch them when they do it. And you can't, you know, for every one you catch, there's like 1,000 others out there. Is just like not allow, make sure all apps get punished severely if this kind of thing is on their app. And I bet you they would somehow find a way to stop it. I could be wrong, but yeah, I don't know. This is just gross.
Right.
Are you interested in buying Hot Girl CP and Megalink 600 gigabyte and Boylink 350 gigabyte 4-year-old _ 19-year-old? What age do you prefer? Then you guys are talking about how to acquire it.
Right.
Yeah. What the fuck, man?
I mean, that's...
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
I don't know if you do. If you in any way got what he was saying, you wouldn't be doing this.
Like, if that's not an interest to you, like, a reasonable person would expect,
say no.
Well, this conversation is done, or you just X out of it, but you continue to engage. You're asking, well, how do I know it plays? Send me a preview. No, it's too much money. It's not.
Yeah, you're clearly interested in it.
It's not, no.
I don't look at, I don't want any of the trouble.
Like, if anyone ever pitched me that idea, sent me that and asked if I wanted it, like, I would be shocked, horrified, absolutely enraged. I would definitely report it. I wouldn't continue talking to the person in any way. Like, I would, like, I don't understand this kind of mentality.
And stuff, it's, does it play, and it's too much money.
Yeah.
Here's this person, I can't even say the name, starts with SHCCID. Does that ring a bell?
No,
Okay.
I don't like the name. I just see on
You say,
screen.
do you trade? This person says, yes, young mega, send to receive. You send, then I send to receive. You say, I've been burned too many times by that, especially by new accounts with no profile. He says, look, man, you DM'd me. I assume it's direct messaged
Yeah.
me to, so send to receive. I'm just
So he was out there. Yeah, he's actively looking for it.
trying to trade. And it goes back and forth about further conversation. If you're not serious, then goodbye. Here's another one. Someone says, hello, babe. You're like, howdy. What content do you want? You say, what do you got? This person says, I have throat blowjob, lesbian sisters, gay brothers, solo girl, solo boy, father and daughter, mother and daughter, father
Oh my God.
and son. Which of them you want? Lesbian sister. He says, or she says, age range, question mark. And these are from June 9th and June 10th. I mean, the chat's just...
Yeah, look at this guy just sitting here. He's like, yep. He looks like he's just bored with this.
We keep on going on and on and on.
Yeah, there's,
I mean, is that pretty characteristic of how it went?
I'd say so.
Can you see that when the conversations are surrounding, when you talk about 4-year-olds, 19-year-olds, and you continue to engage in that conversation?
I feel that's problematic.
Do you see how it's our obligation to try to look into this and be like,
how could you even have people like that in your life, even if they're just on the other end of the chat and you don't know them? Like, how could just don't? I shouldn't have to explain this because we all know it. Like, you're just like, God, I don't know how to put this any more bluntly. Like, these guys, yeah, I don't know what needs to happen to them, but I think we're all imagining it.
Right.
why is this interest level here?
Yeah, I guess my intent wasn't to get the 4-year-old. It was more like the 19.
It was not more than 19. You lying piece of shit. It was not. You were not more interested in the 19. 19 is legal. You can go anywhere on the internet and find that and not be in trouble. Why would you go and deal with the people that are talking about the 4 to 19 range? Why would you in any way be associated with that? It'd be like saying like, oh, I'm going to a fucking drug dealer to buy milk from. It's like, well, why would you associate with someone doing something like that where you could possibly get in trouble and get caught when there's other legal places to do it? It's a horribly stupid analogy, but I'll stand by it. Yeah. Most normal people hate these guys. Normal people hate this kind of thing. They're horrified by it. This is one of the worst things that exists in the world. If you were just looking for something perfectly legal that you could find anywhere else, why would you deal with someone like this who's offering this kind of material, those age ranges, if you were only interested in the legal stuff anyway? It doesn't make sense. We know damn right well he was interested in the younger part of that. Maybe I'm just in a bad mood today, but god damn it.
Area section.
But you know you're going to, when it says girl and boy, mega links, young mega links, and I have folder 4-year-old to 19-year-old.
It's going to show on there that
there's a probably 9% chance it's all going to have children and explicit videos or images, correct?
Right.
I mean, that's what, from the outside looking in without.
Right.
Is there anything else we're missing here? I mean.
Yeah, like obviously the more you dig, the more you're going to find. He started off by claiming that he wasn't interested in any of this, and then the more you dig, the more you find out how horrible it is.
We talk about a lot of stuff. Like I said, you've been super helpful in helping us understand where this is going and what kind of the things that you're into. Is one of those interests like flat out just younger?
Yeah, it has to be. You wouldn't be doing this. You don't seek out this kind of thing if you're not interested in it. Just porn in general. You wouldn't watch something that you're not interested in. It's like all these TCAP guys that claim that I wasn't going to do this. I have no interest in teens or whatever, but you were clearly going to do it. So you had an interest. If you had no interest in doing it, you wouldn't do it. If you have no interest in playing golf, you're not going to go out and play golf. That doesn't make any sense. So obviously the fact that this guy was repeatedly looking for this kind of material shows that he's exactly interested in that kind of material. There's no way around that logic, at least that I'm aware of.
Children?
No, I'd say the interest, like I said, is like that 18, 19 era, obviously.
Then why are you, why are you going on some app and talking to these weird creeps trying to find this material that would be available absolutely everywhere else on normal legal porn sites? It doesn't make sense.
You saw the ones that were sent.
Yep.
There's no denying that happened. I know it's not going to happen again.
Okay.
Yeah, because we'll make damn sure of it. That's the thing too. Is like, I promise I won't do it again. Like, if you got to that point where you're actively doing this, I don't think there's anything that'll stop them. We've seen like these predators we watch all the time. They get caught, do it again. Not all of them, but a large chunk of them. They can't be trusted. If we let these guys off the hook, they would just be more careful in the future.
And I know I have big changes and
Yeah.
probably some stuff to work through to, like,
You're okay.
it almost seems like an addiction of some sort that I need.
And that very well may
And they're just trying to, like, I hate that kind of talk. That it's an addiction. This is an illness. It's a disease. It's like, no, this is very illegal, predatory behavior of the worst kind that you are purposely doing. Maybe it is an addiction, but you don't get to do horrifically illegal things where you're violating the most vulnerable members of society for your own pleasure and then claim that, oh, it's just an addiction. Treat this like smoking. Don't punish me for it. Don't get mad at me. Just this is no different than drinking too much. Just get me some help and let me get away with it. I'll just go to counseling a couple times a month and we'll call it finished. No, like this is a very serious thing.
I need help with.
that very well maybe.
And I'm more than willing to go seek that out.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't.
And notice he didn't say this earlier. He wasn't throwing this crying little pity party earlier when he got caught. He was denying everything. It's only when they confront him with overwhelming amount of evidence that all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, poor me, I'm suffering here. I need help. Please help me. Don't punish me."
Harm any kids, I don't.
It doesn't matter if you don't physically put your hands on the kids. You're actively engaged in this is basically a business. This is like a market for this type of material, and somewhere those kids are being abused, whether it's in this country or in on the other side of the world. It doesn't matter. There's some kid that does not deserve it being horribly abused for just you to watch and just be turned on by. That's it. You're just like sacrificing these people for your own benefit and then trading it and then claiming that you didn't do anything wrong and that you're crying and that you have an illness and you just feel so bad about it and it's like an addiction. They are real victims. And like Chris Hansen has said, every time someone watches this kind of stuff, it's a re-victimization, because even if that young person had been saved, that act of that happening to them just exists forever for people to watch over and over and over again. They have to go through life knowing that not only that happened to them, but assholes like this are out there watching it like over and over again and trading it like some kind of business market. Like that is horrible. We can't feel sorry for these kind of people. Yeah, it's too bad that a young guy threw his whole life down the drain because he somehow got into this, but he got into this purposely. This is not the kind of thing you can accidentally start doing. At some point, you have to seek it out and then like it so much that you continue to do it. So fuck you. You don't get to just sit here and cry and claim that you're a victim too and you need help. It's way beyond that.
Don't do anything like that.
Okay.
Like we said, we know where things are at.
Yep. Well, I hope you don't take offense to me asking these questions, because look, without some type of explanation, which you're willing to provide, it leaves those questions like, well, what really are his interests? Where is this going? Where is he coming? Like, what's his?
Yeah, at the end of the day, like, it doesn't matter. Who cares what they're into? The fact is they did it. They should be punished severely. But part of you wonders, like, what the fuck is the matter with you, man? Like, why? Like, what are you? Like, otherwise, he seems like a normal looking guy. Like, we've seen all sorts of weird looking, disgusting predators. This guy seems pretty normal, other than this. But you can't help wondering, like, why did you do it? What is wrong with you?
His intention here? What is he doing with this stuff here? But so it's our obligation to kind of follow through on this stuff.
Yeah, like I guess like the periods of time when it stops is when I was when it's not an issue.
Okay.
For me, but then I don't know a reason, but it comes back, and I just,
Okay.
like I said, it's almost like an addiction of some sort that
Mm-hmm.
like I'm more than willing to go and
Mm-hmm.
work through it with somebody and get help, but
He's basically just begging, get me help for this instead of prison, and I'll work through it. The time for that is before you commit the crime. You can't commit a bunch of crimes and then ask for help to stop committing the crimes, especially when it involves the victimization of innocent people.
A lot of these
This isn't just like you have a drug problem and it's negatively impacting your life. Yeah, maybe that kind of stuff you get help for and hopefully get clean. People have done it. This is different.
types of cases, what you're telling me here is all stuff that I've heard before. So you're not alone in that. It's
just
that type of thing is very real.
just how do I tell my family that?
Right. Well, once
Probably don't have to. I'm sure they're going to find out. Either from the news or from, seeing you pop up on YouTube, or somehow they're going to find out.
step at a time here, right? So we're trying to get all these loopholes closed here and try to get as much.
And I can see why. Like, that would be the horrible thing about this. I mean, obviously, like, going to prison would be horrible too. But just everyone finding out about it, like, that would just be so bad.
Information as we can, so I can be rest assured to these social media companies and some of these other investigators, like, nope, I mean, this content is staying here. It seems like he's seeking it out.
Yeah.
I'm hoping what you're telling me is accurate. We're not going to find anything on your devices.
I think I told Meyer,
Lucas, yeah, Mike.
Lucas, on the in Telegram, there's going to be some mega links
Okay.
in there, along with the other stuff we've talked about.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't sit there. I'm not like, is this person of age? But it's as far as I know, the links on there are all going to be, I guess, legal age
Okay.
in the videos.
It's all going to be adult in those links.
See, I don't know how that works under the law, because he could have just deleted all the illegal stuff and only kept the legal stuff. But if they search his phone and they can prove that he downloaded them or looked at them or received them, and they have his chat where he was actively trading it and discussing it, that should, like, hopefully that's enough to convict him. I don't know what the law is, but you can't just, like, delete all that stuff and figure, like, oh, as long as it's deleted, they can't touch me when they can damn well prove that you were exchanging it. I hope it doesn't work like that.
As far as I know,
Okay. And what's the reason you keep those links? Because they're easily
it's easy for me to
trade.
not
Or view?
trade, just easy to get to. Once I got those probably like a month or so ago.
Okay.
And the trading stopped.
Got it. Okay.
But like I said, that's just a lot to work through, and hopefully I can get home tonight and start working on it.
Well, it's one step
Yeah, might not be going home tonight.
at a time here, right? And I think this is a big first step here, right? Realizing that there is an issue here, and some of this stuff is you're walking a fine line here, right?
Excuse my language. There's no moment like walking in and seeing,
Yeah.
and then having this. Like I said, I know it's messed up. I know it's not right.
Tell me, when you're an officer with Neenah PD and engaging in this stuff, I mean, would it feel conflicting? Yeah.
It's like,
You don't really need to be a police officer to realize this kind of thing is wrong. You just have to be just a normal human being, even an abnormal human being, even a person who's a criminal and a general asshole would still usually look down on this kind of thing. That's why other criminals in prison hate these kind of guys, because this is kind of a crime, a kind of deviancy that there's no excuse for. Society has to hate this kind of thing.
I'm supposed to be this standard, yet I'm doing this horrible stuff on the back end.
I'll tell you.
But if you're claiming that they're all of legal age, what horrible stuff are you doing? He's still claiming that he was interested in 18 and 19-year-olds and that they won't find minors on his phone, just the adult ones. So what's he doing that's so horrible?
This Owen, like I said, I mean, I have a lot of respect for you for, like, I think making this
You have respect for him? I don't.
next step, taking some responsibility. I mean, like, a lot of people, like, jerk us around, right? I mean, even though we have a lot of the evidence here and everything points towards you, I appreciate the fact that you're saving us some time and saving us some work here, and acknowledging that you may have an addiction, you may have a problem here. And I've been doing this a long.
And again, maybe it is an addiction. It's definitely a problem. Maybe it is an addiction, but who cares? Like, if it's something that it's not like this was forced upon you. It's not like someone grabbed you off the street and injected you with heroin a bunch of times and got you addicted. It's not like that. At some point, you sought this stuff out for the first time. Or you saw it and decided, hey, I want more of this. And you got involved in that lifestyle of actively seeking this out with like-minded individuals. So this isn't something that is outside of your control. You did it. It's like, yeah, maybe people have drinking problems and drug problems, but it's not a license to commit crimes. It's not like, feel sorry for me, I'm just a career criminal doing horrible things because I'm addicted to drugs or I drink too much. No, you're not allowed to do that. So you're responsible for your own life. So it's not an illness. I hate just any sort of talk that makes it look like it's outside of these guys' control and that we should pity them and get them help rather than look down upon them. Like, no, not a chance.
Long time, and this is what I firmly believe, is that you can overcome this, but there's two things. Okay, it's time and distance. Okay, so it's going to take some time.
It's going to take some time for you to be in prison
to get over this, right? It's not going to happen overnight. But then distancing yourself from it as well, and the more distance that you can have.
But how can you have distance from this kind of thing? Like if he can access this stuff and have these kind of chats and share this kind of stuff like on his phone. He's just got to live his whole life without a phone. That's kind of difficult. It's like the primary means of communication for like everyone these days. Like it'd be almost impossible to live without one. You could find an internet connection anywhere. So where is he going to go? Where is he going to go in the world other than maybe Antarctica that doesn't have internet access? And even they have internet access in Antarctica. So like, I don't know what he means distance. There's nowhere he could be unless he just means distance from this type of material, as in you can go online but not look at it. But I don't know if we can trust these guys to do that since he claims he's addicted to it. If he's addicted, the second, if you're able to get alcohol and you're addicted to alcohol, like, it's going to be hard to, distance isn't going to help. It's just readily available anywhere. So yeah, I don't know the solution, but I just, like, in a way, it's true. You got to just stay away from this kind of thing. But obviously, that's what normal people do. But once this guy has crossed this line to the point where he's even admitting he's addicted to it, other than just keeping him in prison forever, I don't know how to solve the problem. And as long as there's a market, as long as there's guys like this out there willing to watch this kind of stuff and trade it, there's going to be people that see the dollar signs in actually making this material and actually abusing these youngsters. And it's horrible all around.
From this type of activity, and the more time that expires, like, you look at, things will swing your way again. I mean, this is not the end of the world.
Yeah, maybe, but he's probably skipping over the part where he's going to be charged and go to prison, hopefully.
We all make mistakes, okay?
Can we work on a plan?
What's that?
Like, we talk about like a plan where that doesn't involve me going into jail.
Yeah, exactly. He's just begging. This is like the James Rutherford thing where instead of me being exposed and you calling the cops on me, is there any way I could just get help? But it's like, you have nothing to offer. Like, what do you... Is there any way... Sure, we'll get you What treatment is there? Like, the only treatment is just not doing it. Like, any counselor, whoever you saw, like, they would just have to be like, don't look at this kind of stuff. Like what other treatment is there? They can go into their childhood and try to find their motivation for doing this and whatever other psychobabble bullshit that I don't really believe. I don't think it's going to help that much. Like, all we can do to stop this guy from looking at that is keep him in prison. And then at least we have one guy that's not out there actively participating in this market. Like, I don't know any other way to solve the problem.
We can work through something together.
Like, what are your suggestions?
I don't know if you would like, obviously, get a Telegram, delete all the accounts, wipe everything.
Yeah,
they're gonna do that anyway. Like, I mean, just like, yeah, just delete your social media accounts and then we'll let you go. Like, you're just not gonna go sign back on under a different name or something. Like, come on.
that's some of the stuff it's gonna take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wipe everything. Obviously, like I would still pick I don't mean the pornographic pictures of like my girlfriend and I, but like pictures of us together, our daily lives and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, log into my phone once a week or whatever and see where things are at. I think if we can come up to a plan, my biggest
And the thing is, these plans, this isn't made in the interrogation room. You can't tell the cops like, hey, if I promise to do this, can you not press charges against me? These kind of things are usually dealt with in court, if I'm not mistaken. The judge might be like, okay, we're going to give you probation instead of prison time, but you have to, go to all this counseling and monitoring or whatever other things. That's dealt with in court. It's not like, hey, my fellow cops, don't rat me out for this. I promise I won't do it again and I'll delete everything. Yeah, that's not going to work.
thing, I guess, is one, going home tonight,
Mm-hmm.
and two, stopping. And I know I can. I've done it for periods of time.
Okay.
If you've done it that means you can't stop. If you've done it for periods of time, but then have fallen back into it again, that just means that if we let you off the hook, you might go for another period of time without doing it, but then you'll start doing it again.
And I think I just need somebody to help me, whether that's going to be you.
It's like the whole, I don't know if it's like a meme or whatever, but people that are like, I can quit smoking. I quit smoking 3 times last year. It's like, well, yeah, that doesn't quite work.
Or whether it's going to be,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'll still be at Nina PD or not, but
He honestly thinks he's still going to be able to keep his job as a police officer after this.
probably not. But I can face the
Yeah,
fact.
these guys are delusional. We've seen it again with James Rutherford, where he's like, I don't know if I should call my principal and tell him I can't come in anymore. Like, I don't think they realize the gravity of what they done and like how badly people see this. Like, there's any chance they're going to keep their job. He just thinks that there's a chance he's going to not go to jail tonight, not have any charges pressed against him, not lose his job, not have anyone find out about this, just carry on his business as usual as long as he promises to delete his accounts and delete all the pictures. That ain't happening, buddy.
That's tough.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
But I can, we have our therapist there. I can confide in her,
Mm-hmm.
and I can say call you weekly with updates
Mm-hmm.
and see where things are at, or you can.
You just weekly updates. Yeah, weekly updates. Hey, are you looking at any illegal stuff? Nope. I promise. All right, good man. Continue on. That's like a lot of these, certain places. They try to do more of, instead of like harsh punishments for them, they'll try to do like counseling and that kind of stuff. And then they're like, oh, we've had a 60% reduction in this kind of thing. And then you find out it's all through self-reporting. And all they count is like, it's they only count it as someone like doing it again if they're convicted. So it doesn't mean they're not doing it. It just means they haven't been caught yet. And if they've been caught, it means they haven't been convicted. But the thing is, most of these guys do this kind of thing and they have a lot of victims before they ever get caught. And when they ask them, it's like when they go to their parole officer or whatever, they're just like, yeah, I haven't been doing any crimes. So they mark that down as, hey, our plan's working. Not thinking that maybe these guys are lying. You can't rely on self-reporting. You can't have this guy call in to some counselor woman once a week to see how he's doing, because obviously he's just going to deny doing everything. If anything happens, he has to have his devices monitored like all the time to make sure he's not doing it. They have to do like random checks of his phone and whatever else he has to make sure he's not doing this kind of thing, because these guys can't be trusted.
Talk with her, and I can give you access to my phone and monitor.
Right.
Like, is that something we can?
I mean, it's definitely something we can talk about. I'm helping out Kakana PD here.
Yeah, we can talk about it in the process of getting you to confess so we can convict you, but there's no way in hell it's going to happen.
Some of this stuff is outside of my control. However, I like the way that you're thinking here. Like, this is like...
I like the way that you're just trying to beg your way out of this.
This is like the dead end right here. Like, you have to turn this around somewhere. You know what I mean? And that type of thought process, it has got to... Sometimes you got to, like, sink before you can...
Right, and this...
Makes me wonder, too, how, like, there's so many of these guys that don't seem to understand the gravity of this crime? Is this one of the only crimes where they don't realize like how bad this is? Like I think if you murder someone and the cops have evidence of it, I think you kind of know what you're in for. You realize like this is a big deal. I'm probably going to prison. Like this is very serious. And this is like we see guys like, can I just be let off with a warning? That kind of thing. We had that autistic counselor guy that got the 91 years in prison. I just did his interrogation a few days ago, and he was like, he's like, oh, so I'm going to be issued a bench warrant. And then someone in the comment section pointed out that I didn't even know that a bench warrant is usually just what happens, if you don't show up for court or something, and then they, you get pulled over, and then they're not going to come looking for you because it's not that serious. It's just for a failure to appear or something. So that guy thought that him doing all that horrible stuff was just like worthy of a bench warrant. And these guys, we're seeing that here, where he's like, can I just be let go on this and, get counseling? Like, this is one of the worst crimes imaginable. Some people think this is worse than murder. How could you possibly think that there's not going to be severe legal consequences for this?
Rock bottom here.
Yeah.
It's a lesson learned the hard way.
But
I think.
I like that thought process. I think that's a step in the right direction. Like I said, some of the things are out of my control yet, and this is nothing against you, right? I like it. I mean, I like that thought process that you're willing to turn things around. You're willing to put yourself in uncomfortable spots. You're willing to do whatever you can to try to distance yourself from this, like we talked about. I just don't want any of this hanging over your head in the meantime, because they're coming back like a week from now or 2 weeks from now and revisiting you.
Right.
We're not putting time and distance between some of this stuff.
No, I mean, I would like to get it squared away, but I would like to get it squared away and be in my bed tonight.
I understand. I understand.
And
You would like it squared away without consequences.
One step at a time,
I know.
One step at a time.
I know, but I don't. And obviously, some sort of like probation or whatever, if it would be at that point,
Right.
is less than ideal. Okay, then.
And some of the
It's funny, they just do all this horrible stuff without any thought of consequences or the impact on the victims. Then as soon as they're caught, and it's like, please don't have me have to go through any hardship. I don't want to have to go to prison with all the mean guys in there that are going to do horrible things to me. That isn't fair. Just give me probation and keep the whole thing a secret so my girlfriend doesn't find out.
those decisions, though, Lucas, we don't have any control
I
over.
know.
You know what I mean? I mean, you're a smart guy, right? It's just, I think your mind is in the right spot.
Absolutely.
I think this is
You think his mind is in the right spot? I think this guy's mind is in nowhere near the right spot. It hasn't been for quite a while.
definitely a step in the right direction for you. Like,
I think I just need you guys to, obviously it's out of your control, but I need you guys to help me out here as well.
He's trying to subtly bribe them without offering anything in return. He's just trying to say, can you guys just like not report this to the DA or whoever? Can you just sweep this under the rug, and I promise I'll delete everything and I won't do it again? You know, one cop to another. Yeah, that's not happening.
I will do whatever I can to try to help you.
He knows he messed up. He wants to get help, wants to get better.
Every single person that commits any crime can say that exact same thing. Is just do the crime as much as you possibly can until the moment you're caught, and then claim you want to get help and you promise to stop doing it. No. No.
And it's probably not the first time you heard this, but going to a jail cell, I don't think is the way to do that. I think that's just gonna change.
Yeah. Sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need to go to prison to show you how big of a deal this is. If his life doesn't change because of this, he's like, oh, I just needed a wake-up call. I promise I'll stop doing it. After all these times I did it, now that I'm caught, I promise I'll stop doing it. If you just keep it all a secret. Nothing's changed. What reason does he have to change? If he knows he gets away with it, like, what motivation does he have to change? Going to prison is going to fuck up your life. That is going to be hard. It's going to throw a wrench into whatever is going on in his mind, and hopefully when he gets out, he'll be monitored and just will make sure he doesn't do it again. But sometimes it takes putting you through hell to show you that this is wrong. It's not just getting help. It's like, you need to be punished. You need to suffer for what you did. We can't just let you get away with it with a warning and promise to delete everything and get counseling. That does nothing.
Change me as a person.
Right.
You know, I think.
Yeah. I don't know where this is going yet.
I know.
Because like I said, I'm trying to buy a little bit of time here yet while we get your phone downloaded and then
What he's trying to say is we're just trying to sit here and kill some time and give Brandon more material to comment on YouTube. But other than that, we're just wasting time until we find out what's really on your phone, and then you're going to be prosecuted.
and corroborate all the things that you're telling me.
Yeah.
I want to believe you,
I know.
and I think I should believe you,
Yeah.
but for the integrity investigation, we just want to corroborate some things and make sure that everything's in place before we make any type of conclusion or decision.
I get it.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
And that's straight up man to man. I mean, that's just, I'm not pulling the wool over your eyes. I'm not
I get it.
floating the line of BS to you or anything. That's just where we're at.
No, I know. Obviously, I know it's messed up and need to do better.
Anything else that we're forgetting to ask you here, Owen, that might shed some light on how we got to this point, unanswered questions?
I guess, do you have unanswered questions?
I mean, I'd have to meet with, Lucas and kind of go through it. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of information here. We have a lot of information from social media companies and just kind of corroborating everything. I mean, we're going to explore. We have to explore.
And if they're not already, like these apps, the social media platforms, they shouldn't just have to wait until they get a warrant to give this information out. If they find people doing this stuff, they should alert police and be booted off the platform. If that's not the law already, I don't know what the law is. And again, I get that privacy is a big deal. And when any of these big companies like Facebook or wherever, any sort of privacy issues, it becomes like a massive deal in the news. But like, how much privacy do you really deserve if you're going to be doing something like this? There has to be a way to balance it out. Where it's like, yeah, if you're using this stuff properly, yeah, you get privacy. If you're using it to abuse minors like these guys are, you don't get privacy. I don't know how that works. Haven't really thought what my opinion is on the matter, but things like this can't just be allowed to go on because the law says people deserve privacy. Like, not always. I don't know. What does everyone else think?
Explore some of those mega links.
Right.
I don't know what content's going to be in there. I don't know what's going to come out of that. I haven't heard back from my partner with the phone extraction, like what's all on your phone or what's on your other phone. So for me, there's a lot of unanswered questions about the actual content of what's on your phone and some of your devices. Okay.
So I guess they have his chat of what he was discussing, but they haven't actually seen what he has saved on his phone. My guess would be what they find on his phone is pretty horrible.
I think you've done a pretty good job from your recollection of trying to remember what's on those devices. We're just looking to confirm that. Okay.
Yeah, I guess how can I want to help you guys out so you guys can help me out.
Right.
Not sure if you guys can hear that, but they're outside my my condo building. There's it's like the tenant appreciation day, so there's like a little mini like kind of town carnival going on. So there's like a couple hundred people right outside my window being loud. I'm not sure if you can hear that or not, but that's what that noise is.
So yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, though, I mean, we did get a lot of questions answered.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think we've established, like some of your habits here might be considered somewhat of an addiction. You're addicted to some of it.
Can you guys give me an opportunity here to try and...
What's that?
Can I get an opportunity to try and help myself out with that? Like,
So
man, I'm not...
He's just begging.
Lucas is we're gonna like step out. Lucas is gonna talk to his boss because this is Kaukauna PD's case here. But at the minimum, though, I think we've established for sure that obviously you have an interest and you've looked at child at a very minimum.
I think we've more than proven that.
Right? We've established that.
So I've looked at it, yeah.
Okay? Uploaded it, whatever, associated with your social media accounts, inquired about it, traded links with it, anything like that. Okay? We still have some avenues to explore. So those are some decisions that they're gonna have to make. Okay?
Yes.
So those types of incidences, like we talked about, are very serious, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't have to explain that to anybody else to understand that that's serious stuff. You know, Lucas is gonna talk to his boss. I don't know how many other options there are, but he can definitely talk to his boss. Yeah, so with that being said, he's gonna go talk to his boss. I'm gonna just end this interview here. Like, do you have anything else to add here, Lucas?
No, I don't think so, unless you think we're missing something, but otherwise, no. This time, we are.
All right, that looks like that's the end of this one. There is on one of these videos here that you could watch on YouTube, they actually interview this guy's parents for some reason. I haven't watched that part. I decided not to include it, but that is available if you want to watch it. So I looked up what happened to this guy. It says he was sentenced to 3 years in prison and was also placed on extended supervision for 5 years. And interestingly, in this article, it says that Judge Mark McGinnis lamented the mandatory minimum sentence imposed by legislature. So what does that mean? He wanted to give less than that 3 years? Like, they have minimum sentences for a reason, because they don't want judges or anyone like in the To Catch a Predator world, in the Long Beach sting, and the judge was like, oh, these are just like lonely men who were like tricked into this, so they all got basically like little to no jail time. There are judges that don't see a huge problem with this, and they think that the mandatory minimum sentences are like too harsh, which is pretty scary. Like, once we treat this kind of thing as something that's not a big deal, they don't deserve a harsh punishment. I don't think that's the way to deal with it, but that's just my opinion. I don't know what everyone else thinks. Let me know. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.